Hello and welcome to junior college football here on this beautiful Saturday evening at Devore Stadium. It's Southwestern College hosting Long Beach. Both of these teams coming winless in this contest. Southwestern had a bye week last week. Well, not a bye, but technically a bye because they didn't play at San Bernardino. And the Long Beach Vikings coming off of two losses, a loss against Riverside and Bakersfield. And tonight's contest is getting underway. Southwestern will bring it out from their own end zone. Crosses the 10.
No blocking.
Changes directions at the 15 and is brought down at the 13. And that's where Southwestern will start their first offensive possession. Beaufort and Scott Catlin on the call. Scott, what do you expect from tonight's contest?
Yeah, I'm really curious to see how the Jaguars respond having an unexpected early season bye. I guess the reason they didn't play was they were supposed to play San Bernardino Valley, and they had wildfires up there, so there was some health concerns. So Jaguars played better than they had previously in their opener, but they're going up against a team who, yeah, they might be winless, but they played two tough games, two tough teams, and they played 2 weeks in a row. So let's see what kind of start we get from the Jaguars here.
Connor Underhill started under snap week 1. He starts under snap in week 3 and starts with a handoff to Ashby Fan, as he looks like a short gain of 1.
Yeah, so my concern for the Jaguars are they're going to be at game speed, and on the first play, it looks like Long Beach has a pretty quick defense.
Ashby Fan starting in the backfield. Josiah Jefferson led the Whiteouts with 4 receptions for 40 yards in week 1. Underhill looks far side, comes back left, under pressure, and throws that one over his intended receiver.
Yeah, crosser was wide open. He just didn't have time to execute the play.
Pass intended for number 83, Jordan Benton, local product out of Montgomery High School. Incomplete pass brings up a 3rd and long for the Jaguars. We saw some shades of good play on the offensive side, but we saw a lot of 3-and-outs too, which put the defense on their heels majority of that second half last week.
Yeah, it was sporadic. It's incumbent for the offense to get off to a good start today.
Underhill, clean pocket, under pressure, off schedule, rolls right, and once again overthrows his intended receiver.
It looks like you're going to get rough in the passer.
And it looks like Southwestern's going to catch a break.
Yeah, Long Beach coach's staff is not going to be happy about that. 3rd and long, you get off the field in the opening drive, you got the team backed up, and you can't do that. So maybe that'll kickstart the Jaguars' offense.
Jaguars going to come out in the split backfield. Underhill in shotgun formation. Ashby Fan off the right side. Picked up 1 on his first run of the night and picks up 4 right here. Bring up a 2nd and 6.
It's a modest gain, though. Stay ahead of the sticks.
Xavier Cruz was in early on that one. We saw him bust a big run at the end of week 1. He had the longest run of the night for the Jaguars for 40 yards. He was the lead blocker right there. It's just nice to see him out there early on the field.
Yeah, and a two-back set just to give the team a different look.
This was their bread and butter formation in week 1. 2 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. Underhill looks left, goes right, over the top.
It's pretty tight coverage.
Nice ball. Good one-on-one coverage by number 6, Matthew Dragic from Long Beach. It's nice to see them stretch the field, though.
Yeah, absolutely. The Jaguars are better. Well, every team is better when you make the defense have to cover the entire field.
Got to cover every blade of grass, right?
Yeah, you don't want to get predictable, and you want to keep the defense off balance.
Underhill, local product out of Rancho Buena Vista. His senior year had close to 2,000 passing yards, 21 total touchdowns, 16 passing, 5 rushing. Incomplete pass brings up a 3rd and 6 for the Jaguars. Outside receiver in motion. Underhill looks right.
Doesn't have time.
Pressure off the edge. keeps up, his feet moving, stays up, keeps his feet moving, and falls forward for a short gain of 1, but that would bring on the punt team.
Yeah, O-line's going to have to hold up a little bit better if they're going to have success in the passing game.
That's one of the reasons why when you're 3rd and 6, defense knows it's going to be a passing play. That's why you want to get in those 3rd and 3s, 3rd and 4s, keep the playbook open, keep the defense more honest.
Yeah, absolutely, especially at this level. You're going to get stunts that you don't have time to get the ball off. Jaguars have to stay ahead of the sticks.
Tim Garcia on the punt.
Good coverage.
Hunter brings it in, but a beautiful open field tackle by Jordan Benton out of Montgomery. Let's check this instant replay right here.
Yeah, that's textbook. Good distance away, good solid tackle.
And that's one way you stay on the field, right? On the offense and the defense, making plays on special teams.
Yeah, earn your time.
And now onto the field, the Long Beach Vikings.
Oh, right off the bat.
Pitch to the left, off the edge, breaks the first tackle, gets past the first down marker and more, and the gain of 12 on the first play for the Vikings.
Yeah, so the Jaguars actually played that pretty well, just missed tackle in the backfield. But at this level, you miss a tackle, 5-yard loss becomes a first down.
Jet Petty, the starting quarterback for the Vikings. Through the first 2 games, completing 51% of his passes for 311 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. Pistol formation for the Vikings, 2 receivers to the far side of the field. Handoff off the right side, plants the foot, gets upfield, and another nice gain for Long Beach.
Pretty good movement by that O-line. And typically when teams line up both backs on the side, it's lead that way or counter back the other way.
Through 2 games, and Long Beach getting up to the line quickly, liking what they see. They're going to run the same play.
Same play.
Hit in the backfield, broke the tackle, and it looks like he is at the first down marker.
Yeah, it looked like he had enough from here, but they're calling him a little bit short.
Back-to-back runs by Caleb Foster. Second on the team. He had 14 rushes for 55 yards heading into tonight's contest. He's in the backfield with Khalil Warren. He's first on the team, leading the team with 43 yards on the ground per game. 3rd and short. Foster again plows forward.
Right back to it.
Needed 1, got 3. And back-to-back first downs. Moves the chains for Long Beach.
Yeah, they're running behind 77. That's a big young man there. 6'4", 290.
Up front for the Jaguars, Jack Stahl, Domjan Mitrovic, Ryder Jennings, and Benjamin Smith off the edge. Nice pitch and grab. Way to go down and get it. Pass from Petty to number 15, Tyler Bourdois. His 3rd reception on the season.
Yeah, without specifically looking at the roster from the eye test, it looks like the Vikings have a decided size advantage, O-line versus D-line, especially on the edges, and it looks like that's where they're attacking them right now.
Jaguars with their base 4-2-5 defense. Foster in the backfield.
Oh, he's in the looked like he was in a neutral zone. Luckily, they didn't call it.
3 receivers to the far side of the field. Foster shifts to the left of Petty.
They're not going to come now.
Foster off the right side. Lowers his shoulder. Short game, but enough for another first down for the Vikings.
Yeah, they might have been better off staying in that double. They got blitz. So good sustained first drive for Long Beach. Again, they played last week. They seem to be up to game speed and clicking.
Arath Leva and Chris Fuel, the starting linebackers for the Jaguars. Pressure off the edge by Leva. And in the secondary, Romajan Brown, Delias Garcia, Josh Ferreira, Will Holub, and Peyton Spratt. Spratt and Holub each with an interception in week 1. Pressure,
good throw.
Slings it over the middle and hits his receiver going down to get it. Matthew Dragic,
Yeah,
his fourth reception
that
on the
was
game.
an excellent play by that quarterback. He felt the pressure, took the hit, sidearmed the ball, and made a pinpoint accurate throw.
Dragic's fourth reception on the season. A gain of 8 will bring up another second and short.
And it was even more impressive because they actually wanted to throw to the right and came back to his secondary receiver.
Pistol formation once again. Warren, the lead back. Handoff to Foster up the gut. And another short gain. But once again, we're saying in second and short, third and short for the Vikings, keeping the open playbook.
Yeah, these are the type of drives early in the game that on the back end, these are like body shots to the defense. Jaguars can't play. They have to do better with the time possession.
That was Jack Stahl on the tackle. This time off the right side, has some room, bounces it inside the 10, and is brought down at the 6.
It'll be first and goal.
Safety Will Hollub on the tackle. Did a good job plugging the hole, but nice vision by Foster and bouncing that one to the outside.
And no one set the edge, and after he got off tackle, there was nobody left.
So opening drive for the Vikings. Started at their own 33. Split backfield.
Touchdown.
Warren this time
he's gonna
has
score.
a lane and walks in for a Viking touchdown.
Yeah, you could see that from the snap that he was going to score on that play.
Warren's first touchdown on the season. And Vikings up early, 6-0. Really attacking that right side on this opening drive.
Yeah, see, they're running behind 77 again. Defensive end went a little bit too far up the field, made the turn. They just ran underneath them. Nobody scraped and made the tackle. Impressive drive by Long Beach to start the game.
And the Vikings kicker on to kick the extra point. Up and good. Eric Zavala gives the Vikings a 7-0 lead with 7:48 remaining in the opening quarter. We saw week 1 Vikings the Southwestern defense, when they were playing on their heels, the offense, they were allowing a lot of chunk plays, and we saw that in that opening drive for the Vikings.
Yeah, and that was my concern coming in, is when you haven't played, you only play one game and you have a bye early in the season, and then you go back to just go.
It's different if it was later in the season, right?
Yeah,
To get
totally,
healthy.
because you've already found your identity. You know what everybody can do. The coach knows what calls work. You know what everyone's skills and weaknesses are. And when you're trying to get your identity and get your footing, you want those reps. So Long Beach City College has had, a extra 100 plays of live action, more than the Jaguars have at this point. So it's incumbent upon the Jaguars to try to get a sustained drive here.
This ball brought in at the 12. Hit at the 22, keeps his feet moving. Nice effort. I want to say that was Xavier Cruz.
Yeah, blocking wasn't great, but that was a pretty tough run for the return man.
And that's where Southwestern will start their second offensive possession at their own 26. Something I would like to see out of this is have 2 plays that you're going to run, right? Let's pick up the pace a little bit on the offense. It's one way to get a struggling offense going.
Just go a little bit faster to get a little tempo, maybe catch the defense off balance or substituting.
Bunch formation to the right of Underhill. He looks to the single side, and that's a nice pitch and grab.
Yeah, that's better.
Joey Merritt.
Now with second and a long 4, you have the entire playbook open to you.
Merritt with the 6-yard reception. Near side corner was playing off, and Underhill took advantage of it.
Yeah,
Xavier
he
Cruz.
showed press and then backed off, and then they hit him with the hitch.
Cruz back onto the field. No safety over the top. Ashby fan up the middle.
Yeah,
and not a lot of running room.
Yeah,
for
they're
the Jaguars.
selling out against the run right now. So the Jaguars going to have to show that they can get the ball on the perimeter and throw. Not a lot of running room in there.
I mean, no safety over the top. They are daring you to throw it deep.
Yeah, they're saying but it's about Long Beach City College play. We talked about it pregame. They're kind of gunslingers. They kind of gamble. They say we're going to lock you up and we're going to go for it. We're trying to make big plays on offense and defense. Straight man here again. 0 across the board.
And Long Beach brings the pressure. Great job by Underhill.
And
he slid right at the first down marker.
Yeah,
it looks like the far side official is going to give it to him.
Yeah, he's lucky because he slid a little bit early.
Yeah, it's not where you hit the ground. It's where you start to slide.
It's where you start your slide, and if they mark it where he started his slide, So this official actually is marking it. That's actually the correct spot. It's where you start your slide, not where you end up.
Is it too early to go for it? 4th and 1 on your own 35?
It's absolutely 100% too early to go for it. He's going to punt. But it's little things like that you could get the first down and you slide. Yeah, we want the quarterback sliding, but you have to know where the stick's at. You have to get the first down so your offense can stay on the field.
Yeah, that play totally off schedule. One of the reasons why Underhill got the start here in week 3.
But you have to know where the sticks are at.
Nice spiraling kick brought in at the 35. And another 3 and out for the Jaguars brings on the Vikings offense with 6:14 remaining in the opening quarter.
Yeah, defense going to have to kind of hold up here and try to get off the field.
Opening drive was capped off by Khalil Warren rushing touchdown, his first of the season.
Some big splits on the right side of the O-line just so they can run zone.
Warren off the left. Falls forward for a couple. Under 6 minutes remaining here at Devore Stadium. Southwestern taking on Long Beach. Long Beach coming in this game 0-2, losing to Riverside and Bakersfield. Southwestern looking for their first win as well. Warren again, tough running. Picked up 3 on the first run, picked up 3 on the second run.
Yeah, they're staying true to form though. They're sticking to that run. They're trying to wear the Jaguars down early. These are like body shots.
Brings up a 3rd and short. Jet Petty in shotgun formation. 2 receivers to his left, 2 to his right. Looks like Southwestern's going to bring the pressure.
Yeah, they got to stop showing their blitzes though. Every time they do, they check out of it.
Petty looks right, throws low, and hits his intended receiver on the slide for a first down. That pass reception to Matthew Dragic.
Yeah, one way to avoid that is if you know you're going, if your normal alignment say like 5 yards, you actually move up to 4 or 3.5, so the offense can't really tell, but you wait till the snap. So a lot of times when guys are blitzing, they have a tendency to get antsy and they start creeping, and it
up the seam, Dragic again. And Petty really putting the ball on the button down low away from the defender. We've seen that a couple times already.
Yeah, so right now, Long Beach is winning the thinking game right now. So they're hitting them, they're running. Jaguars showing their blitzes. Now they're getting in the back off, and they're just taking what the defense is giving them.
Jaguars now dropping in a 4-3.
Yeah, so here
linebacker comes wide.
So here with them changing the back, they're either going to run zone the other way or they're going to throw short passes. There we go.
Off the edge, Warren gets driven out of bounds. Needed 2, picked up 3 for another Vikings first down.
Yeah, so it's really incumbent upon the Jaguars to not show what they're trying to do on defense, because Long Beach is waiting. That's why the quarterback's clapping. He's getting a read, and then the coach is making their actual call.
It's Jeremiah Jones and Arath Leva now in the middle for the Jags. Caleb Foster back onto the field. The single back. 2 receivers to the left, 2 to the right for Petty. First down at the Jaguars 42. They wanted movement up front, didn't get it. Foster off the left side.
It's good vision from
breaks
the back.
through a couple of tackles. And gain of 5 for Foster, bring up a 2nd and 5. 3 minutes remaining in the opening quarter.
Yeah, that was actually played fairly well by the defense, but the back just had good vision. He was actually going to take it up one gap and just planted his foot and cut back. Really good vision by the running back there.
Vikings back up to the line, under 250 and counting. Leyva again.
So just what I mentioned. They check to see if the blitz is coming. Now they're calling their actual play.
Leyva comes again, up the seam.
Good.
Nice defense right to the ball. Peyton Spratt, we have a late flag in the backfield.
We got 2
we
flags.
have 2 flags. It's usually unsportsmanlike conduct by both sides. We'll see what the call is. Peyton Spratt, the sophomore out of Poway, D2 transfer. He's the maturity on the defensive side. Really leads by example.
Yeah, and I was pointing out how big the right tackle is. The left tackle's even bigger than him.
Yeah, you could hear the coaching staff, especially head coach Brett Peabody of Long Beach, saying that was a free penalty that we could have got. But fortunately for the Jaguars, the Vikings player responded.
Yeah, they would already been in scoring range with the 15-yarder. So this is a crucial down here. The Jaguars really need to hold them to a field goal attempt. You don't want to go down 2 scores this early.
They're going to come out pre-snap in an empty formation. I'd say this is 4-down territory.
Might be, depending on what happens here.
Warren lined up wide outside. He looks that way, comes back to the near side.
Good throw.
And a nice ball by Petty. Good coverage by Garcia, but
the slot receiver was wide open, but he just threw a dime to the outside guy. Moved the sticks again.
That reception brought in by Norvell Holmes. His 5th reception on the season. Brings up a 1st down for the Vikings. Petty's looking good here in this opening quarter.
Yeah, he's locked in. Making good decisions, throwing good balls.
Pistol formation off the left side.
Uh-oh, that's trouble.
And tripped up by Peyton Spratt, but not before another big gain for the Vikings.
Yeah, they're gashing him.
That was Caleb Foster again.
Yeah, the left tackle 6'7", 3'4". This is a big offensive line, everyone.
Southwestern staying in that 4-2-5 base defense. Foster again cuts back up the middle and picks up 5 for another Vikings 1st down. And once again, they're staying in that 2nd and short, 3rd and short. Jaguars defense can't really concentrate on one play.
Yeah, and unfortunately now this is setting up everything else.
Yeah.
They're basically saying, you can't stop us. We're going to run right at you. We're going to move you off the ball. We're going to get 5-6 yards a chunk, and then we're going to take shots deep.
We have yet to see a play fake from the Vikings.
Yeah, they don't think they need it yet. Zone left.
Foster off the left side gets tripped up near the line of scrimmage.
So that was much better defense, and the left tackle's holding his left knee.
Ran right at Jack Stahl, the anchor on the defense. Won a D3 championship game on this field a couple years ago. And you can see the offensive tackle shaking up a bit. He heads to the ground.
Yeah, he's going to have to come out.
Short gain on that last run. 47 seconds remaining in this opening quarter. I'd say out of the 15 minutes, the Vikings have had the ball at least 10 of those.
Yeah, that's this. Unfortunately, it's due to injury, but this is actually a well-needed break for the Jaguars to give
just
them
to catch their breath.
Just to catch their breath and try to regroup and have Coach Rodriguez get them refocused. Coach Rodriguez, who doubles as the head coach and defense coordinator.
Pasalao Gauta on the ground there. Vikings left tackle.
You can't miss him. That's a large human being.
6'7", 340 pounds.
Yeah, and they replaced him with number 71, Michael Salinas, who's 6'5", 340 himself. So they have a lot of big bodies on that O-line.
Is it the pool of players that they grabbed from?
Yeah, it's because it's L.A.
Yeah.
So over the years, like El Camino, I'm not labeling anybody here, but El Camino, Long Beach City College, typically had those guys that were D1, would have been D1, but for whatever reason didn't get D1 scholarships or their bounce backs. So Long Beach City College, I mean, it is in Long Beach. They get some quality athletes up there. Yeah, he's walking off very gingerly.
It's unfortunate to see for Vikings fans.
Yeah, and just a subtle thing here. They moved the right tackle to left tackle, and his replacement is now going to right tackle. So let's see if that changes their approach at all.
2nd and 9, 40 seconds remaining in the opening quarter.
There
The
it
play
is.
fake rolls right.
There it is.
Has his running back in the flats. That's Warren. Late flag thrown in the secondary. Warren brought down inside the 10.
Well, there's your play fake, though. We knew that was coming, and then eventually they're going to do that and go vertical, but, of course, they're in the red zone here.
See what the flag is. Flag was thrown after the ball was brought in by Warren.
Oh. Yeah, you can't do that anymore. Which I always hate, because back when I played, you could. And when those pulling guards would come out there,
you're not going to want to take them heads up to the chest.
I was not hitting no guy that was 6'7", 320 pounds, a bench 500 pounds in his chest. I was either gonna cut him half or flip him on his head, but can't do that anymore.
That foul brings the ball inside the 5, 1st and goal at the 4 for the Vikings. Split backfield.
Direct snap.
And a great job by the Jaguars defense rallying to the ball. That was O'Shea Wallace on the run. Looking for his first rushing touchdown on the season.
Yeah, it was good, solid defense there.
Are you surprised that the Vikings, that was their second rushing touchdown of the season on that opening drive?
Yes and no.
Yeah, just because of the quality.
It's because of who they played.
Yeah.
So because of who they played, I'm not surprised. But good coaches adjust to the opponent, and they're trying to find an identity. So I think what they're trying to say is, hey, we're going to establish the run in this game. Our line is bigger than their D line. We think we can push them off the ball, and that's what we're going to do.
And now in first quarter action, Vikings 7, Jaguars 0. We're going to take a quick break here on the Cali Photo Sports Network. Stay with us. Back with you, second quarter action here on the Cali Photo Sports Network. A beautiful Saturday evening at Devore Stadium. Vikings knocking on the door once again. 2nd and goal from the Jaguars' 2-yard line.
No quarterback in the game.
O'Shea Wallace got the direct snap last time. Student body right. Wallace goes that way. Hit in the backfield, keeps his feet moving, and is brought down just short at the goal line to bring up a 3rd and goal.
Big moment in the game early here.
Yeah, we talk about momentum plays, right?
Yeah.
The defense can provide that with a big stop here with their backs against the wall.
Yeah, you know, both of us saw one of those last night with the team fumbling on the 1 yard line.
Can make or break a game sometimes. I know coaches hate it.
Oh, it's the worst.
After you have a nice drive, go
unless
all the
you're
way
on
down.
the defensive
Yeah, of
coach,
course,
and
I
you're
was
like,
just gonna
great
say.
job, fellas, great job.
You did exactly what I told you. O'Shea Wallace this time, a Susan Stoddard bunt.
Oh,
Cuts back,
oh,
gets to the edge,
that's good effort by him.
and gets the ball over the pylon for a Vikings touchdown.
Yeah, that was completely discombobulated, and he just broke containment and outran everybody to the pylon and stuck the ball over.
Vikings came into this game with 1 rushing touchdown through 2 contests, and now they have 2 rushing touchdowns on their first 2 offensive possessions.
Yeah, that does not bode well for the Jaguars right now. So even as bad as the going down 2 scores, they really need to get a handle on this time of possession.
Zavala on for the extra point. And Zavala is true once again, 2 for 2 on the night on extra points. And the Vikings up early with 14:09 remaining in the first half. They're up 14-0.
A 3 and out here will be disastrous.
Yeah, looking back, right, obviously we didn't know the result of that second offensive possession, but that 4th and short at their own 35.
Right. Yeah, so like we talked about, the not getting the extra yard, then you got to give the ball right back, and then the other team marches right down the field.
But in those situations in the open field, you teach your quarterback to get low, to elude that big hit from the linebacker, and that linebacker was coming downhill, looking to take Underhill's head off.
Yeah, true, but you also tell them you got to know where the sticks are at.
Yeah. Yeah, and one of the reasons why Underhill is a starting quarterback is because of his legs. Those off-schedule plays.
Exactly.
That's where, and he did elude that sack, but that was just about as good as a sack because they still had the punt, unfortunately. Xavier Cruz and Ashby Fan back to receive on kickoff for the Jaguars. They're standing at their own 7-yard line. This one kicked to Cruz, and Cruz is going to let that one bounce in the end zone. And the Jaguars will start at their own 20 to start their 3rd offensive possession. I almost want to see Cruz bring that one out, man.
Yeah, me personally, I would have jumped up and got that one. I would have caught that ball, tried to bring it out. But he is a freshman, so maybe he doesn't realize, because in high school, if it goes in the end zone, you can't return it. So you notice how he parked his heels on the goal line.
Yeah. Well, and he started at the 7, which is always interesting, too, because you're taught if you go back, you let it go.
Yeah, so maybe him being straight from high school, he doesn't know the rules. So I'm actually going to ask him about that personally and tell him, hey, I would have brought that out.
Well, I know you coach his younger brother.
Yeah, and I'd have told him your younger brother would have brought that out, buddy.
Split backfield for the Jaguars. Cruz going to get the ball in the backfield, gets to the 25. And he's actually going to lose a yard.
Yeah, I would much rather see them getting him the ball going downhill, like some rocket motion, some downhill motion, as opposed to lateral, especially against this defense, because we've already seen the speed of this defense.
We've seen 1 deep pass for the Jaguars fall incomplete. That's what they had difficulties with in week 1, unable to stretch the field.
Yeah, it was because of the protection issues, though. So hopefully they shore that old line up.
Ashby Fan, the single back, the play fake
There's
to
your
him.
deep ball.
Underhill over the top, had his receiver, but overthrows him by a couple yards.
Yeah, so that's what happens when, in my opinion, when you haven't played. So the pass rush is coming, but he did have an open receiver. He had time to set his feet. You gotta connect those, especially in situations like this.
Peyton Kidman had a couple steps on his defender, just not enough air under it from Underhill.
Yeah, so this is an early game crucial down here, in my opinion.
3rd and long, behind the sticks. Underhill looks left.
It's already flushed.
Rolls left. He's going to tuck and run. Can he get to the first down markers?
No.
Tripped up before he gets to the 30. Great open field tackle by Hunter.
Yeah, this is a pretty fast defense we're watching here.
Underhill at the high school level would have easily had a first down right there after that tuck and run. But
yeah, that probably would have been a 15-yard gain in high school. And in college, that's a go out and punt.
And those open field tackles are always difficult, too. Coming downhill, a lot of open space to work with, and Hunter did a great job.
Yeah, he had
Underhill.
the inside-out angle, and he kept his angle, which forced the quarterback to the sideline.
Jaguars on the punt for
that
the
was
third
close.
punt.
That was actually pretty
Low
close.
line drive kick. Long Beach with their first return of the night.
Great field position, too.
And Hunter, with the open field tackle, gets the return. Returns it 15 yards to the Vikings 49. And best field position for Long Beach to start tonight.
Yeah, I'm curious to see if we have the time of possession, because that's already becoming a major issue and concern for the Jaguars.
I would say Jaguars 1 first down. So 2 3-and-outs and 1 first down through 3 offensive possessions. A minute each, give or take.
Yeah, and that does not bode well when you're a small defense going against a big physical offense.
So we're coming up on 3 minutes in the second quarter, so we can say probably 15 minutes.
New quarterback.
Drops back, looks downfield, has protection, finds his intended receiver near side. That's Holmes.
So that's a perfect example. So you see he had a clean pocket, had time to survey the field, and make a good step up and make a good accurate throw. So Long Beach O-line is controlling the game right now.
Campbell Caldwell in for the first time tonight. Completes his first pass of the night for a gain of 16. Ball on the Jaguars 34, 11:50 and counting. Handoff up the middle to Hunter. And scratch that was Turner actually on the defensive side. 2 number 2s for the Vikings.
Yeah, so they're switching up personnel and still staying true to form.
Hunter, before tonight's contest, had 4 rushes for 22 yards. Picked up a gain of 4 on his first attempt on the night. Campbell Caldwell handed off again to Hunter up the gut. And 2 rushes for 10 yards for Hunter and a Vikings first down.
Yeah, if you're doing that, there's no reason to throw the ball deep.
Jaguars going to need a big play on defense. Try to get the ball back. No safety over the top. Stack formation on both sides. They're wide, which usually means we're going to run the ball with 6 in the box. Campbell Caldwell will throw near side.
That's a good field, good way to come up by the safety. Good solid tackle.
Pass brought in by Austin. Peyton Spratt coming up to make the tackle on the short gain. Campbell Caldwell with 3 receivers to the far side of the field. Single back is Hunter. 10 minutes remaining in the first half. Vikings up 14-0, scoring on their first 2 offensive possessions.
Yeah, they're already in scoring territory here.
Ball lies at the Southwestern 21. Campbell Caldwell up the seam, overthrows his intended receiver.
Yeah.
And there's the big play that Southwestern was looking for, but flags in the secondary.
Yeah, they're going to get him for a PI. When he turned to go to his go route, the DB kind of grabbed him. It's a good call. You can see the jersey tug there. And then he hurt himself catching the interception, huh?
Yeah, that was weird.
Yeah, the young man who made the interception is the one that fell back down. So, and that's a non-contact injury. Interesting.
Okay, he gets back up.
Yeah, so that's unfortunate. They finally got the play they needed, but
that was Elias Garcia, the freshman.
Yeah, that was an obvious penalty there.
Yeah, new quarterback only had 3 passing attempts on the season, so you like to see him stretch the field if you're the defense. Hunter remains in the backfield as the single back. 2 receivers to the left, 2 to the right for the Vikings. Jaguars staying in that 4-2-5 base.
Playing man here, though. Got man on the backside. Actually, man across the board.
Hunter
Uh-oh.
off the right side.
Fumble.
Ball's loose.
Oh.
Jaguars had the first opportunity to get to it.
They had the chance to get off the field, and the ball rolled right back to a Long Beach City College receiver. Yeah, that ball's not round. You never know how it's going to bounce. That was the play. They've had 2 opportunities to get off the field. Got to make another one here.
Looks like Jaguars are going to bring the pressure.
Yeah, you're going to get single coverage on the top side, and that's probably where he's going. And back might release as well.
Kemba Caldwell play fake. The slant.
Yeah, there it is.
Good defense on the far side.
Yeah. Good play across the board. You kind of see, I called that. You could see where it looked like he was going.
That's Romajan Brown out of Scripps Ranch. In those situations, you're told as a corner not to give up that slant. Even though he gave up the inside, he was still there when the ball
at least
got
he
to the
was
receiver.
he was in position to make a play because you don't want to get too hard inside. Then he runs a smash round. He just pivots and goes to the pylon.
Yeah.
So it's tough. It's tough to play corner down there, especially.
Yeah. Good break on the ball by Brown and one-on-one on the island. Handoff off the right side, gets the edge. Brown with the open field tackle, saving the touchdown.
That's the first down, though. It's a smart play call.
Devin Samples, that's his first carry on the season.
Yeah, but they're running fresh bodies from the backfield. The skill players behind a big old line that's wearing on a defense that's playing a lot. So they're just kind of wearing them down right now.
Sample first down run brings up a 1st and goal at the Southwestern 4. Vikings check at the line. Campbell Caldwell in his first drive, taking the Vikings down. Sample up the gut, lowers his shoulder, drives his feet.
Yeah, it looked like the O-line pushed him in. Yep.
And they're going to call it a Vikings touchdown.
Yeah, they it was pretty good initially, but you see how the tackle's getting pushed back, and then the O-line just came in and finished the job.
And you can't do much as a linebacker in that situation.
No, if the D-line's getting pushed back in your face, there's nothing really you can do. I mean, that's 600 pounds of human being, and then there's probably a 200-pound running back coming behind there. So, especially down there, everybody has to hold their ground or do their job or make a pile or slip through the gaps, and they just kind of got blown up, to be honest with you.
That's 3 offensive possessions for the Vikings and 3 rushing touchdowns. Once again, they came into tonight's contest with only 1 rushing touchdown, and the Vikings up 21-0 with 8:11 remaining in the first half.
Another game, it's a big win. San Diego Mesa went up and beat Golden West 22-7. That is a humongous win for their program.
Mesa's kind of been the standard out here in San Diego for junior college football for the past few years.
Yeah, they're year by year they're going on the upward trajectory. Coach Watkins doing a great job over there, but to beat Golden West at Golden West has been one of the top programs in recent years.
And to hold them to 7.
Yeah, at Golden West. That's a big win for Mesa's program.
Xavier Cruz is going to get another opportunity, brings it in inside the 5.
He has a crease to the right. Got to hit it, plan, and go.
Yeah, gets hit at the 20 and is brought down near the 20.
Yeah, you can't stop your feet. You got to find your crease and accelerate.
That's where Southwestern will start their fourth offensive possession through 3 possessions. Only 1 first down, 2 3-and-outs. 8:03 remaining in the first half.
Yeah, they just need to get it sustained and dry just to let the defense catch their breath and rest.
Split backfield again for the Jaguars. Cruz to the right, Ashby Fan to the left. Ashby Fan has a lane, but it closes quickly. 4 helmets to the ball for the Vikings.
Yeah, that's good gap sound, aggressive defense there.
No gain on the run.
Yeah, the Vikings are completely controlling the line of scrimmage on both sides of the ball. So the Jaguars are going to have to find ways to get the ball on the perimeter, use the screen game as the running game, maybe some bubbles, some
3 receivers to the left. They're going to come single side.
Got him.
Underhill got crushed on the pass.
Yeah,
and a late flag in the secondary.
Yeah, that was a good call. The trail official saw the hold. He yanked the jersey. Quarterback's going to feel that one.
Yeah, Merritt had a step. Keep your eye on the quarterback as Underhill actually threw a very good ball.
Yeah, and the corner, one thing I teach is the corner opened the door, which let by basically opening up his hips, which let the receiver run vertical. You would like to, if he's going to run a 9, which is a vertical route, you would like to widen him out to the sideline first. So that allowed the receiver to get on top, and then the DB got a little handsy, and that was a good call.
Pass was intended for Joey Merritt, and the second first down for the Jaguars comes on a penalty. We've seen a couple times the receivers get on the other side of the secondary for the Jaguars, just unable to complete it for Underhill.
Yeah, well, the protection not holding up, that split second
in
the college level is a big difference.
Yeah.
It messes with your accuracy and your ability. If you can't step into your throw, you know you're about to get hit.
Underhill, 3 receivers to the left. He rolls right. Fakes the pitch, gets past the 40, gets tripped up.
Okay, I like that, though. So that's what I mean. Get to find different ways to get the ball on the perimeter as opposed to just trying to toss and outrun these guys.
Best offensive play for the Jaguars, and they're going to come out with some tempo after that big gain of 8.
Have to keep the Vikings off balance.
Underhill hands it off.
It's a great job by the defensive end.
Ashby Fan gets hit in the backfield.
Yeah, number 99 just stepped down and did his job. Rakeem Moore. It's a really good play by the DN.
Moore at 6'2", 240. Product out of Lakewood. No gain, brings up a 3rd and short. Ashby Fan again, trying to lower his shoulder. Needed 2, got 1. It's going to bring up a 4th and 1. Got to stay on the field right at this point. 6:15 and counting.
Yeah, you almost have, just from a psychological standpoint, or at least try to draw them off sides and see if you can pick up a free first down.
Crowd wants them to go for it. Ashby Fan, the single back.
Yeah, and that's what they're doing, trying to get them to jump.
I mean, even in this situation, I don't mind a timeout to talk about it.
Yeah.
You know, Ashby Fan, they love him in the backfield because he's a passing threat out of the backfield, but we haven't seen them utilize him as a passing threat. And, I mean, on a 3rd and short, 4th and short, I almost want to see a bigger body in the backfield. It'd be helpful.
Yeah, well.
Get to the edge like Underhill did on that first down play.
Depending on what they're going to call, or I mean, they can motion them out. They can line up an empty.
But they motion them out. There's only one run play possible, and that's Underhill.
True, but at least you got a running quarterback. So,
yeah.
So at least you still have that threat. So there's a lot of. It's only a yard. There's a lot of options they have here, but this is a crucial down if they're going to go for it here. The way they've shown the inability to stop the Vikings.
Yeah, I would say the inability of the defense to slow the Vikings down on offense. This is almost go time. Right. 4th and 1 with the ball at the Jaguars 45, and the offense comes back onto the field. And this is to show that you have confidence in the offense as well.
Yeah, and to try to get something going. But they still might try to draw them off initially and then make a call and run their play. Oh, and they blew it up.
Vikings
didn't
get to the ball carrier, hit him in the backfield, and he goes down for a loss.
The blitzer came through clean and penetrated so much it disrupted the timing of the play, and then the speed of the defense took over.
Yeah, I mean, even if you have a big back in the backfield, I don't think he's breaking through 3 guys.
Yeah, well, so, obviously this is hindsight, but I'm going from what I've seen in this game. You've had no success on this team interior. They're controlled in the line of scrimmage. I don't think running inside between the tackles is the best route to go in short yardage against them. Don't blame them for going for it. I don't like the play call at all.
No, I don't blame that at all, especially out of a timeout.
But the play call, don't like it at all.
3 receivers on the far side of the field. Campbell Caldwell back onto the field.
Delay a game.
His second offensive possession. Not something you want to see on the first play of their 4th possession. Yeah, I'm with you, though. All the way, we got to go right there. I mean, that's 4th and 1 at your own 45, down 3 scores. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah. Agree.
See if the defense come up with the play. They had a few opportunities on that last possession. Unable to come up with the turnover. Campbell Caldwell, play fake. Steps up in a clean pocket over the middle, and an interception goes right through the hands of number 22, Chris Fuel.
Especially since he threw to the wrong receiver. He should have thrown to the over. Yeah, there was 2 other guys open.
On the deep dig.
He threw to the one guy who wasn't, and Mr. Fuel dropped the interception that he might have took back for a touchdown.
Yeah, Fuel is one of the better athletes on the field for Southwestern.
Absolutely, 100%.
Yeah, and he has the opportunity with the ball in his hands to do some damage. Pressure off the edge. Screen to Foster off the right side. Stiff arms the first defender. Gets past the first down marker. Or gets that past the original line of scrimmage.
Yeah, that's a good play call, though. That gets him back to 3rd and manageable.
And nice play by Foster, making something out of nothing. And we mentioned that on the first offensive possession. You break that tackle, and that's 5 or 10 more yards, and that's what Foster did as he was hitting the backfield initially. This short screen brings up a 3rd and 6 after a gain of 9.
Oh, if he's wide open,
Campbell
he missed
Caldwell is brought down. The ball's loose.
Oh, he's dead.
And Jaguars defense with a big play.
Yeah, that was very fortunate because that was a busted coverage, and the number 14 was running completely open down the seam. And good job by the Jaguars getting there because that was a touchdown for the Vikings.
But the first stop on defense for the Jaguars.
And it couldn't have came at a better time. So the Jaguars actually have an opportunity to go down to score and get back in the game here.
First sack of the night for the Jaguars defense as well, along with that. The strip sack, unable to, once again, multiple opportunities for the turnover, but they'll take the turnover on downs. Nice high spiraling kick. Hits at the 20, gets a nice Vikings bounce. And Jaguars will start their 5th offensive possession. It's never good when you have more possessions than you do first downs, partner, but
absolutely.
If there's any time to get a nice drive, this would be it at the end of the first half to gain some momentum heading into the break.
And you got to give some kudos to the defense. They've
no
struggled, but they're up against it there. Get the ball, after a turnover on downs, and they get to stop and get off the field. So now it's time for the offense to respond.
Bunch formations to the short side of the field. Play fake, Underhill under pressure.
Yeah,
and that play going nowhere.
Yeah, number 99 is having a good half.
That's Moore again with the pressure on Underhill.
Yeah, he's just being fundamentally sound and doing his job and reacting to what he sees. So he steps down, sees the quarterback try to evade.
Well, and that's the tough thing about a play fake as well. When you're not running the ball effectively, Moore doesn't have to crash down on that running back.
He doesn't believe because, well, he also trusts that his guys
other
inside
guys are going to make the
just
play.
come and blow it up and push the ball to him. So they're just playing good, fast, sound, aggressive team defense right now.
Single high safety for the Vikings. A screen to the left.
See?
And that play blown up at the line of scrimmage.
So good recognition. They have good angles. If you have good angles, you just get run downhill, full speed. You don't have to. You can run past the blockers as opposed to going around them.
Abrego read that play like a book, blowing it up at the line of scrimmage. Great open field tackle. The reception. Legal formation by the Jaguars. Penalty declined by the Vikings. Will bring up a 3rd and 10 with 3:44 and counting here in the first half. Bo Furtick, Scott Catlin here on the Cali Photo Sports Network. This is the 5th offensive possession for the Jaguars. First 3 offensive possessions for the Vikings resulted in 3 rushing scores. Underhill, play fake, goes over the top, near side, has his receiver. Great coverage.
Yeah.
But a late flag.
Yeah, to be honest, I don't know if I agree with that. That's just,
Cameron Blanton was step for step.
Yeah, that's just, to me, that's just hand fighting. If you can't do that, you can't play DB. And full disclosure, I'm a former DB. so
you're going to take the defensive side.
Yeah, you have to at least be able to play, man. I'm like
Tyler Becker, the intended receiver, running the fade near side.
Yeah, he's in the hip. They're just hand fighting. I don't like that because the official that called it, he's not in position to call that, in my opinion.
Middle of the field.
Yeah. So, oh, see.
Yeah, that's where you got to keep your head if you're the Jaguars down 3 scores.
Losing their cool.
So they're going to give them the automatic first down, and then they're going to mark off the personal foul penalty. So it's going to remain 1st and 10. Underhill looks right, has his receiver in the flats, unable to bring it in. That was Jaheim Williams, the intended receiver. He had 5 receptions in week 1, led the Jaguars in receptions.
Yeah,
ball thrown a little bit behind him right there.
Good to see him in. They need to get him involved. Like, give him a different look, change it up.
It's a local product. This is the only returning player from the past few seasons. He was injured the last few years. It's nice to see him back onto the field, breaking through barriers. And
yeah, he's a good player when healthy.
Underhill.
Okay, good grab.
Joey Merritt on the grab, his 2nd catch on the night.
Gives them 3rd and manageable here.
Yeah, we haven't seen a lot of this here tonight. 3rd and short. Merritt after the 7-yard gain. Going to run 3 receivers to the far side of the field. One player we haven't heard from today, Savion Yoakley, one of the better athletes on the outside. Looks like man-to-man coverage across the board.
Back out. They're looking for it. Oh, there you go. Good
open receiver on the drag. Crosses the 30, gets to the 40.
There you go.
And Josiah Jefferson led the Whiteouts with 4 receptions in week 1, his first grab of the night. And biggest gain for the Jaguars in the pass game.
That's what happens when the protection holds up.
Josiah Jefferson on the quick hit. Jaguars working with some tempo coming up on the 2-minute mark here in the second half.
Yeah, and it might behoove them to kind of stay in a 3-minute offense. Just to pick it up a little bit. And sometimes when you do that, the guys stay a little bit more focused, and you want to keep the defense off balance because it's already been proven when the Vikings have a chance to get set and see what you're doing and get in the right defensive call that they want, that they're a very fast physical defense that's controlling the line of scrimmage.
Well, when you're playing against a physical defense and a big defense, you pick the tempo up a little bit, right? Big men don't want to move fast.
Yeah, well, but they're big in the right places and they're fast too. So
right.
so you can't play their strengths. You have to use their strengths and weaknesses against them. And again, running up the middle, nope. Just going lateral, not going to work. They have to do some misdirection, and as you saw in the one completion that they did in this drive already is run some crossers. But the protection, nothing matters if the O-line doesn't hold up. Hmm.
Two minutes remaining in the second quarter. 2nd and 7 for the Jaguars here at Devore Stadium. Underhill.
That's not
clean
the way.
Pocket. Throws near side. Hits Merritt.
It's a good throw.
Just beyond the first down marker, but a flag in the backfield.
I think you might get hands to the face on the defense, which is going to make it.
Santiago Macias, the anchor on that line. His helmet was off.
Yeah, exactly.
You nailed it, partner. So a big pitch and catch. Nice ball by Underhill. Merritt's third grab on the night. Jaguars pick up a first down. First time in opponent territory for the Jaguars.
Yeah, when the Jaguars run trips, if the Vikings are going to play it that way, I would like to see them just take the ball and throw a hitch to the number 2 receiver and have the other 2 receivers block and kind of have a one-on-one with the safety.
So after the first down grab, tack on 15 for the Jaguars as they come out and
window of opportunity here. You got man coverage up top.
Underhill, pressure up the middle.
There you go.
Hits his receiver on the slant. Makes the defender miss. Almost. Defender holds on to him for dear life. Flag in the backfield. 2 flags in the backfield.
Yeah, it might be rough in the passer.
Nice strike by Underhill. He's looking better as this game's moving forward.
Yeah, well, they didn't play last week, so sometimes it takes you a while to get up to game speed, especially when you're playing a fast team. So
recognizes the pressure.
It must have been a blow to the head because he wasn't really. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'm glad to see them not trying to run by these DBs and just mixing them up and running some crossing routes, some switch routes.
And Coach Rodriguez feeling the juice, trying to get the crowd and players amped up after back-to-back first downs and back-to-back personal foul calls. And the Vikings are going to try to regroup. Defense coordinator Marquez Cooper going to bring in his defense to calm them down. 1:47 remaining in opening quarter. All right, so we wanted a big drive, right? Kill the clock.
Yeah.
Give your defense some rest. Now you got to finish the drive.
Oh, they have to come away with points here. That just from a team morale standpoint, you have a team that's been dominating you, that just gave you 30 yards of penalty to get you in scoring position. And in all levels of football, you're only comfortable while you are up by 3 scores. Because when it gets to a 2-score game, anything can happen. So they have to come away with points here, just to have something a good feeling going into halftime. And conversely, the Vikings head coach, the DC, just saying, just keep them out the end zone. Just get a stop. Hold them to a field goal attempt, and it's still a 3-score game.
Bunch to the right. Underhill looks that way. Under pressure. He'll step up and slides forward to the 5. Once again, Underhill making something out of nothing.
Yeah, using those legs. So they played man across the board. On the bunch, they pressed ahead, and then they tried to IO the two back receivers.
Ashby Fan, the single back.
You got a straight man here again. Weak side option. Not going to get there.
Underhill fakes the pitch, lowers the shoulder, and gets in for a Jaguars touchdown.
Just what the doctor ordered for them. Missed tackle, touchdown.
Underhill showing his ability through the air and his legs on that offensive drive, and the Jaguars on the board with 1:14 remaining in the first half.
Yeah, that was a much. I know this goes without saying, but that was a much needed score for the Jaguars.
So 4 touchdowns on the night, all coming on the run. And we see this instant replay again. Underhill. We saw him earlier in the game go down with the slide, and down 3, he knows he needs, at this point, no more sliding.
Yeah, well, again, I know your quarterback, you want him to protect himself, you want him to slide, but in that situation,
like that, you got to lower the boom.
I would have dove forward knowing where the pylon was, like treat it like the first down was the goal line. You know, hindsight's 20/20, but again, I said it, you got to know where the sticks are at.
Well, through a game and a half, that was the best offensive drive we've seen from the Jaguars this season.
Oh, yeah, absolutely, but those 30 yards of penalties sure helped too. But they mixed it up, and they kept the defense off balance.
Yeah, that was the best Underhill's looked on any offensive possession as well.
Yeah, well, you have
the quarterback.
If you have a mobile quarterback, you don't make him a pocket passer, make him a dual threat.
Off the bounce, Vikings bringing it at the 15.
Good coverage. Oh, that
keeps his feet.
Yeah,
just gets tripped up.
Yeah, they're fortunate because there was no one left.
And the defense back onto the field for the Jaguars. 1:08 remaining in the first half. We've seen 2 different quarterbacks on. We've actually seen 3 different quarterbacks on for the Vikings here in the first half, but they bring on the starter, Jet Petty.
Yeah, I was actually surprised as well as he was going. Like, I don't know what they normally do, but your starter's going well. You got a lead. I was surprised they changed up, to be honest with you. At least in the first half. I would have stuck with him and tried to end the game, like take all their hope away from them.
Petty, more the pure pocket passer.
A good call.
Has a running back in the flats, a lot of room in front, and he gets a first down, knocked out of bounds at the 38.
And keep in mind that the Jaguars don't want to give up a big play here. However, if you give up 20 yards a pop, they're going to go right down the field and have an opportunity to score.
Foster on the 10-yard reception. Stepped out of bounds. The clock stops at 1:01. Petty looks left. Clean pocket, steps up, and skips it.
Yeah, but so that's what I mean. That's what happens. He was pinpoint accurate. The man looked like Aaron Rodgers. The dimes he was throwing. Now you make him sit all that time, and that throw in the first quarter he would have hit.
Incomplete pass brings up a 2nd and 10 at the Vikings 38. 3 receivers to the far side of the field for Petty. He looks that way. Clean pocket, steps up, gets away from pressure. He's going to tuck and run, try to get out of bounds, and dives out of bounds with the clock stopping at 46 seconds.
Yeah, now his time is a little off because he actually did have a couple open receivers. Matter of fact, number 14 has been open in the middle of the field most of the night. If I was the spotter if I was up in the booth for the Vikings, I'd be like, hey, middle of the field.
Petty looks left, has his receiver at the 50.
He had the first down and lost it.
And gives up the first down. Was 2 yards beyond the marker.
Yeah, he spun himself twice out of a first down. He clearly had the first down. Turn up the field, son. Where are you going?
Or just get down.
Where are you going? Going the wrong way, dude.
Nice tackle by Peyton Spratt. The
Yeah,
safety
so
out of Poway.
again, that's having situational awareness. They're almost at midfield. They could have had a first down. They could have been an opportunity to maybe get another score. Now they're going to have to punt the ball away.
That was actually Will Hollub on the open field tackle. Bring down the ball carrier short of the first down marker, and the Jaguars are going to call a timeout.
Well, I'm giving an assist to the ball carrier on that one. We're going to have a conversation on the side. Matter of fact, you might not be able to see it, ladies and gentlemen, but he is getting an earful right now by his coach.
Yeah, in those situations.
Got to know where the sticks are at.
Yeah, and that was Matthew Berengi. Coming into tonight's contest, he led the team with 7 receptions for 75 yards.
Yeah, and you're the go-to guy, too, so that already tells you they expect him.
But, you know, looking at it from his point of view, first grab of the game, trying to do a little too much.
Yeah, get the first down, man. How about that?
Enough said. All right, I hear that.
Get the first down, then you can do some more on the next play.
Jaguars call a timeout, try to set up a punt return.
Yeah. Well, this is really short, though. They better be on they better be aware. So they're trying to get in the jump. Uh-oh.
Oh, bad snap.
They lucky they weren't coming
Great
after
job
it.
by the punter.
Get away.
Off the scoop.
Get away. Get away. And that's going to take us to halftime.
Vikings scored on the first 3 possessions to go up 21-0, and Jaguars close out the half with one of their best offensive drives on this season, closing deficit to 14, partner.
Yeah, good to see that. That bodes well for them to show a response like that. They could have, if they would have went down 28-0, who knows? But now they're right back in the game. As long as they come out and start the second half. The first 4 minutes of the second half, to me, are always the most important of the game.
Vikings are going to get the ball to start the second half. We're going to take a quick breather here on the Cali Photo Sports Network. Stay with us. Third quarter action about 20 minutes away. We'll catch you then on the other side of the break. Right back at you. Second half action from Devore Stadium. A beautiful Saturday evening. La Jolla. I'm thinking La Jolla Vikings. They look like La Jolla Vikings, too. And I'm hearing a playback.
Yeah. Echo there.
Can we cut that? I'm hearing a playback If anything, can we just turn on the volume here? Take two.
Second half action coming up.
Long Beach Vikings up 21-7 to start the third quarter. They're going to receive it to start the second half. And Vikings scored on their first 3 offensive possessions. Playback's still messing with us, but we're going to get that taken care of. Ball brought in at the 10. Gets to the edge, is knocked out of bounds near the 25.
Well, glad to see we have a game, though. The Jaguars got a late first half touchdown. Right back in the game.
Thank you, Pablo, our producer extraordinaire. So great to see the defense, right? Giving up those first 3 touchdowns on the first 3 possessions, but then stopping the Vikings offense on those last 2 offensive possessions to end the first half.
Yeah, when they needed to have, they absolutely had to have a stop, and they got it. Both teams, Jaguars coaching staff say, hey, we're right back in the game. Let's the second half well. Vikings are saying, hey, let's reestablish dominance. I'm actually surprised that number 8 is not at the quarterback right now.
Petty started the game. It's back on the ground.
Oh.
And the Vikings start the third quarter like they started the first quarter with a big run, a gain of 15.
Yeah, so the
Right
Vikings are like, we are big, we are physical, we are going to run right at you, and they are trying to reestablish the dominance they had to start the game.
Quickly back up to the line, Campbell Caldwell.
Yeah, much better by the Jaguars there.
Foster gets tripped up for a short gain. Campbell Caldwell, more of that dual threat quarterback. It seems like when they have him behind snap, they're really concentrating on the run game.
Yeah, I just again my personal opinion, I thought they had all the momentum. I thought number 8 was sharp. I would have just kept it going. They chose to go the direction. You know, obviously I'm not at their practices, so I don't know. So let's see how it goes second half.
Wing back off the left. He's going to be the lead blocker.
There it is.
Fake over the middle.
Yep.
Broken the tackle inside the 30. Gives the defender the stiff arm and is brought down inside the 25.
Yeah, so there's that play action we were talking about, and maybe they're listening to the telecast as well. Middle of the field is wide open.
Matthew Dragic, his biggest reception on the night, and gets into Southwestern territory.
Yeah, that is there for them whenever they want it, and the crossers. Outside
Stretch right.
zone. Oh,
There's
good.
a lane, gets near the first down marker. Another big run by Caleb Foster. Nice blocking up front by the Vikings O-line.
This is exactly what the Vikings coaching staff said at halftime. We're going to go up. We're going to run right at them. We're going to get some chunk plays. We're going to throw some play action. We're going to march right down the field and score. And it's up to the Jaguars to say, no, that's not going to happen. They better get a stop here.
2 minutes into this first half, Jaguars with their backs against the wall as the Vikings get in the red zone territory.
2 minutes into the second half.
Hunter hit in the backfield, bounces, and crosses the first down marker for another Viking first down.
Right, partner. So we're 2 minutes and 11 seconds into the second half, and the Vikings are already at the 11-yard line. And I always say the first 4 to 5 minutes of the second half are actually the most important of the game.
We have unsportsmanlike conduct.
On?
Oh, no.
That was just him calling it dead.
1st and 10. Ball at the Southwestern 11.
Good defense there.
Best run stop by the Jaguars on this drive. Leading the way was defensive anchor Jack Stahl up front.
Yeah, good gap integrity there.
Arath Leva also in on the tackle. Product out of Lincoln. 3 receivers to the far side of the field for the Vikings. Warren The single back to the right of Campbell Caldwell. The check at the line by the Vikings. Get the play call. Warren started the game with a rushing touchdown. The play fake, pass near side, goes to the hands of the intended receiver.
Yeah, good idea, just poor execution.
Number 15, Tyson Bordeaux. Incomplete pass brings up a 3rd and 10 for Long Beach. Third and long.
I'm looking for number 14 on an over route here. Showing the blitz. So if he still comes, if 14 crosses face, he's going to be wide open.
Looks like man-to-man across the board. 3 receivers to the far side of the field.
There he's running out and up instead.
The throw to the end zone. The ball was deflected
Yeah.
at the line. And a good defensive stand by the Jaguars.
Yeah, call it a win, holding them to a field goal attempt.
If you can't get to the quarterback, get your hands up, right?
Yeah, if you're close enough to take the hit, take the hit. If not, then you stop and jump.
They'll bring on Eric Zavala for a 28-yard field goal. He's 3 for 3 on PATs. The snap is good. The hold is good.
They missed it.
And the kick is no good. The big defensive stand by the Jaguars. And they'll get the ball with 11:21 remaining in the third.
Keeps it 2-score game. So I held off on calling it a win because it would have been a 3-score game. But with them missing the field goal, that is definitely a win for the defense. Now it's incumbent upon the Jaguars offense
Got to keep the momentum rolling.
Yeah, because otherwise this drive is still going unless if they don't get a first down and they don't get a great punt.
Connor Underhill gave us his best offensive possession using his legs and arm. Starts off with a handoff to Ashby Fan. The cutback
Okay, there you
has
go.
a lane.
All right.
A nice open field tackle, but not before a gain of 9 for the Jaguars. Ashby Fan's best run of the night. You can see right here, nice cutback by 6.
Yeah, that's a good run there.
Nice vision.
Yeah, 95 missed the tackle. He started dropping and didn't keep his feet.
Josiah Jefferson, the tight end, is at wingback off the right side. Ashby Fan to the right. Gets to the edge, crosses the 30. First down and a little bit more.
Yeah, moving the sticks.
Josiah Jefferson comes hobbling off. He had a couple big receptions at the end of that first half to keep the drive going for the Jaguars. Jaguars moving to 6. 10:25 and counting here in the third. They're going to go empty backfield for Underhill. 3 receivers to the far side of the field.
Oh, my goodness.
Vikings bring 5. Ashby Fan, the dual threat running back, his first reception of the night.
Yeah, which kind of what you call for. So you get him out in space. You get a favorable matchup. He crosses face.
Vikings brought 5, left the middle open.
You get an 8-yard gain. Now you have the entire playbook open to you on 2nd and short.
Travis Davis on the tackle. Ashby Fan remains in the game. The single back to the right of Underhill. 3 receivers to the right of Underhill. Underhill to Fan. Another nice lane.
Another first down.
Needed 2, got 3, gets to the Jaguar 45 for another first down. So Jaguars picking up where they left off at the end of the first half, partner.
Yeah, keep that momentum going.
I love to see them keep the tempo up. It's nice to see that offensive line get some push up front now.
Yeah, they're getting a little bit of movement, but they're keeping them off balance, and like we talked about, they're going a little faster. Spreading them out, as I talked about, and then they're there's less guys in the box.
Vikings with 6 in the box. They bring 5. Underhill over the top, far side.
That's good coverage.
Nice one-on-one coverage right there.
Yeah, he looked and lean, ran him out of bounds. It's just a good coverage.
Jonah Martinez on the coverage for Long Beach. Step for step.
Yeah, that was very good coverage.
And a good job hip to hip, pushing that wide receiver to the boundary.
Yeah, when you get in the hip pocket, when you accelerate, you actually are supposed to try to accelerate through the receiver. So you replace him, and you keep widening him out, and he runs out of bounds.
Yeah, no real estate to work with for Underhill.
Back is open. Oh, you got to connect that. Might have been a modest gain, but you got to connect those. Because third and 6 is a lot different than 3rd and 10 against this defense.
Incomplete pass brings up a 3rd and 10. Clock stops with 8:54 remaining in the third. Josiah Jefferson coming back on. Ashby Pham remains in the game. Three receivers to the far side of the field for the Jaguars. Josiah Jefferson, slot receiver. Underhill, under pressure, steps up.
Watch out.
And is brought down near the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, protection just broke down there.
The sack on the play.
It's unfortunate he had an open receiver.
Carday Jones, the first to Underhill. And after a couple nice first downs, the Jaguars offense stalls at their own 44. Punt team comes on with 8:25 remaining in the third.
Yeah, you'd like to get some points there, but at least I think they have a blueprint on how to proceed for the rest of the game. Let's see if the Vikings change up their defensive scheme at all.
Jaguars just get the punt off. Ball hits at the 25. Nice bounce. Vikings bring it in inside the 5, and great coverage by the Jaguars special teams.
Yeah, Bo, you know my pet peeve with return men. Catch the ball in the air. Square up on it, catch it in the air. And if you're not going to catch it, square up 4 yards away from the ball so when it bounces, you can catch it squarely. Otherwise, it is not round. If it hits your hand, it's going to take off, and you're going to look like you're chasing a chicken.
Which is never easy.
A live chicken.
Second offensive possession for the Vikings starting at their own 7.
Yeah.
8:01 remaining in the third.
Yeah, because starting your drive at the 20 or 22 is a lot different from starting it on your 7.
As my partner was mentioning, Petty back onto the pitch.
There you go.
Run up the middle. Jaguars have 8 helmets on the ball. Jack Stahl, Arath Leva among the others. A gain of 5 brings up a 2nd and 5. 7.5 remaining in the third quarter.
Looks like you're getting run right here. And there it is.
The
Good
stretch.
job, 44. No, don't give ground.
Running back cuts back field and
Yeah.
loses a couple.
See, that was another example of doing too much.
Great job by Bennington
Good-
Smith right here, setting that edge partner.
Yeah,
Jack
yeah.
Stahl
So,
in on the action
yeah,
as well.
44 blew the play up. Back tried to do too much. And now instead of 3rd and 5, it's 3rd and 9.
And the home crowd rise to their feet. We saw in that first half a lot, the Vikings offense, a lot of 3rd and short, 2nd and short. Now a 3rd and 9.
Got to get off the field here, though.
Movement
False
up
start.
front. That's going to knock him back halfway. Ball was at the 8. It's going to now go to the 4 inside. The 5, yep, they're going to knock it at the 4. In this situation, you would expect Petty to get the ball out of his hands quickly, right?
Yeah, or they might get him on the move, but again, I'm looking for one of those slot receivers.
Jaguars rush 4. Petty.
Got to get out.
Pressure. Steps up.
Oh, no.
Goes deep.
Oh,
has
no.
the receiver at midfield.
Yeah, you can see
Brought
him.
in.
And he's going to score. You can see
The
it when he threw
Vikings
it.
on a 3rd and 14 score a 96-yard touchdown.
Oh, Lordy, Lordy, Lordy. And you could see, you probably heard me say, oh, no, because as soon as he stepped up, I could see what was coming.
Norvell Holmes connects on the 96-yard grab. Biggest play of the night.
Yeah, just bad. He got to make the touchdown saving tackle. But as soon as the quarterback stepped up, I think they probably worked on that in practice, and they trust his arm strength because instead of running back to him, they ran vertical.
That was the biggest play of the night, partner. Jaguars with all the momentum.
Yeah, that's disaster.
Longest touchdown for the Vikings on the season, measuring 96 yards. That one checks off the uprights.
They missed the extra point, but still, that's just talk about the momentum changing and demoralizing.
Yeah, especially because they had pressure on Petty.
Yeah,
Petty just stepped up.
He stepped up, but again, I'm completely neutral in my observations. If I'm from Long Beach, Petty is in the game because of things like that.
I'd be surprised if they go back with Campbell Caldwell.
Yeah, I mean, I get it. They might run two quarterbacks,
right.
But you go with the hot hand, and that guy's on tonight.
Well, before tonight's contest, through 2 games, Petty had 61 pass attempts to Caldwell's 3.
Well, there it is.
Yeah.
And it shows. Now, and that's how you step up that was like textbook. He stepped up in the pocket, slid, set his feet, and threw an absolute dime 50 yards down the field.
Yeah, hit him in stride. Couldn't really throw a much better ball than that.
Yeah, that's like a training tape.
That goes on the highlight reel?
Oh, for him? Oh, yeah. Absolutely. Every school he wants to go to is seeing that play. But again, this is junior college. That things like that's a scholarship earning play. Somebody just said, "Hey, that guy can play for us."
On a 3rd and 14, backs against.
Yeah, to keep your eyes down the field and not panic. Like there was no panic there. He didn't He kept his poise, stepped up. That's a scholarship play
and
right
a lot
there.
of quarterbacks would have just tucked and run, knowing that their feet were in the end zone.
Yeah, or panicked and ran around the circle. So absolutely, that's a scholarship earning player right there.
Cruz brings it in at the 10, hit at the 25, keeps his feet moving, falls forward for another 3. Jaguars back onto the field. Second offensive possession here in the second half. How are you going to respond now, right, partner?
Yeah,
let's see what you're made of.
You read my mind because this is like with 6 minutes remaining in the third quarter, down 3 scores. This is like one of those make or break moments in a game where either we're going to get back in it.
How quickly the momentum shifted right there.
Oh, I'm a defensive coordinator. If I see that ball in the air and I can see what happened, I'm probably going to get at least 2,000 steps in my 20,000 in that moment because I'm going to be pacing up and down the sideline, and everybody better stay away from me. Good
Jaheim
run.
Williams.
Good run. That's why Jaheim Williams needs to play. Just that vision and explosion and acceleration.
It's just different. It's just a different level of play.
It's visually, you can see that from here. Plant your foot, go. But if anything, put them both in the game at the same time.
Yeah. Well, it's the lateral movement to get upfield also to create that space.
Yeah, absolutely. But he puts his foot in the ground and accelerates better than everybody else.
Underhill fakes the pitch.
Yeah, you can see that hit coming. Yeah,
Corday Jones first to the ball.
Yeah, 17 and is getting familiar with the quarterback.
Underhill on the short gain.
Quarterback's definitely a tough youngster.
Williams remains in the game as the single back, 3 receivers to the far side of the field for the Jaguars. Coming up on the 5-minute mark. Underhill hands off to Williams. The stiff arm in the backfield gets to the edge. It's another nice run from Williams right there. That play was blown up in the backfield.
Yeah, that could have been a no gain, and he turned it into a positive play. But the Jaguars are getting a little
best stiff arm we've seen all night.
Yeah, well, I've said it that he needs to play from
Week
first
one.
time we watched him from
Yeah.
week one. But Jaguars, every time they're running that bunch, they're running away from the bunch. So let's see if the Vikings get hip to it. Spreading them out, straight man here.
No safety over the top, one-on-one
Nope.
across the board, and that ball.
I think
Overthrown.
they weren't on the same page. Somebody was supposed to run vertical, and everybody ran hitches.
Punt team comes on.
Yeah, you can't have that in that moment. Coming after it.
Punter just gets the ball off. Returner's going to have some space to work with. Makes a move. Makes a couple defenders miss.
Yeah, he's shifty. He got the ball in the air this time.
Convey Hunter is brought down at the 27. Let's see if this defense can make a play. They're going to.
Well, they better because now you
Yeah.
know there's only 19 more minutes of football left.
Jet Petty back onto the field after completing a 96-yard touchdown to Norvell P.J. Holmes.
Okay, see?
Petty, his first run of the night.
Yeah, and I think that's just to keep him on this play.
I almost looked like a broken play.
Yeah, or well, maybe, but they might have also called that just to show that they can do it. Unless they might have missed the handoff.
Vikings with extra men up front. The handoff
He's
bounce to
gonna
the
get the
outside.
edge.
First down and more. Gets into Southwestern territory. Another big run by Caleb Foster.
Yeah, you could see that right away. The edge wasn't set. His vision, he saw it. In got sealed. And he
Blitz
just
coming
bounced.
from the wrong side.
Yeah, and he just bounced. The in got sealed. There's no containment. And
We've seen that multiple times. Southwestern doing a good job closing those gaps, but these running backs with the great vision bouncing it.
And that's where the second level has to come downhill and have good angles. Part of that is scheme, but it's also, you know, the good players with good vision. So he's going to get the edge again.
To the wide side of the field. Bounces, gets inside the 40,
Yeah, you
and
can.
is knocked out near the first down marker. Another big gain from Caleb Foster.
Yeah, the Jaguars coaching staff is looking for holding, but I'm not sure on that one. It looked like the receiver let go and just put his hands up and stood in the way. But you can kind of see they were going to get the edge. So now they're hurting them on the edge, but then now look for them to run right back at them to the left.
Gain of 9 brings up a 2nd and 1 under 3 minutes remaining in the third.
Yeah,
Foster
I wouldn't be
switches
surprised if we lead left or counter to the right or play action here. There it is, counter to the right, play action.
Play fake, pass over the middle,
Yeah,
and
good-
broken up by the
Good-
secondary.
Yeah, good safety play there. That's
Will
good.
Hollub
Yeah.
on the
Yeah,
PBU.
see, so I always teach guys to drive on the ball because if you drive on the ball, if it's a good throw, it's going to take you across the receiver's face. And if it's a bad throw, why do you care about the receiver? So I always teach drive on the ball.
Matthew
That was a
Berengi.
really good play.
Berengi, the intended receiver.
And you can kind of see I felt what was coming. It's third and short here. Now
Samples
you're going to run the ball.
back on.
Now that was a
Broken
blown
play.
Now he's going to drop.
And Petty
Yeah.
is brought down in the backfield
Yeah, that one.
for a TFL. Jack Stahl, first one to the ball.
Yeah, you can just see by body language that was a blown play. Now they're probably going to punt. But this is prime territory for a direct snap fake. But with your defense only relinquishing 7 points, I wouldn't be surprised if they do punt it away.
Knowing that the Jaguars have to go the full distance.
Yeah, but again, on the 40 with this short,
Yeah, it looks like the Jaguars are playing safe.
yeah, because they're worried about the fake. Good punt.
End over end kick. Going to bounce at the 15, check inside the 5.
Oh,
and
that's
it's going to get into the
bad
end zone.
coverage.
Great job by the punter.
Yeah,
The Vikings, he's saying he stopped the ball, but he was laying in the end zone when he touched
you
it.
got to establish yourself in the field of play, and he rolled into the end zone, and he's probably getting yelled at before he gets to the sideline. And yes, he is. The coach is meeting him at the 20.
Yeah, the punter, John Montava, really couldn't have did a much better job than that.
Yeah, that's a textbook perfect. The only thing the punter could have done better was have the ball bounce backwards.
Right.
That
was, the end over end kick. He was planning on it hitting the 15 and then going.
Yeah, but they have to down that. It's college football. You practice that.
Right.
Down that ball like on the 2, if that.
Xavier Cruz back in. Connor Underhill, 3 receivers to the far side of the field. Cruz in motion. Fake it to Cruz. Over the top. And once again, good one-on-one coverage by Torian White.
Yeah, I'm not sure the route he was trying to run, though. He ran like a semi-corner, like fade, like slant, seam fade.
Well, White did a good job. He knew he had help over the top.
Right.
So, he really played that to
So
perfection.
he kept his leverage, and he squeezed it, and he let the safety come back and play.
That was a tight window.
Yeah, but even so, the way he threw it, he might have just be throwing that away.
Yeah, that's what it looked like. The play looked like it was set up for Cruz initially. Cruz, the handoff up the middle.
Gotta go downhill.
Tries to bounce, spins off a tackle, but is brought down after a short gain. So incomplete pass and a short gain on the run brings up a 3rd and long for the Jaguars offense.
Now, you want to try to pick this up, but you definitely don't want to do anything too risky and get a turnover here. Sometimes the best thing to do is the best play is to just go punt. So, good throw.
Good throw,
You got to
but
catch that.
too hot to handle.
Nah, you got to catch that ball. I'll catch that ball right now with my shoes untied. You got to catch that
Yokley,
ball.
that was the first intended pass for Yokley, I believe, all
Yeah,
game.
and that's a shocker because that's your go-to guy. And
He's a playmaker on the outside.
yeah, you have to give him opportunities to make plays, especially you're playing guys that play man-to-man. You might want to.
He has the size at 6'3", 180.
And he high points the ball.
Yeah.
You got to give him an opportunity.
Yeah.
If you're going to take those shots, why are you not taking it to him?
Yeah, and there's something to say for getting guys like that going early.
Yeah.
There's no flow. And a bad
no.
snap over the punter's head.
And
that's going to go through the back of the end zone for the Jaguars.
Another momentum. Yeah, just snapped it over his head.
First bad snap of the night.
That's not even close. Yeah, I think Wembanyama might have had trouble catching that one.
All the momentum now back on the Vikings sideline.
Yeah, and it hasn't stopped because remember, ladies and gentlemen, after a safety, the other team kicks from the 20.
So they're going to get good field position.
So any type of marginal return, and you're already set up in good position to get another score.
Under a minute remaining here in the third quarter. Vikings up 3 possessions, 29-7. That goes to the hands.
He has a return to the left. Went the wrong way.
Still the Vikings with good field position.
Yeah, but considering after a safety, that's pretty good coverage.
Campbell Caldwell back onto the field for the Vikings. Nice little gift for the Jaguars offense, the way Petty's been playing.
Yeah, I don't get it.
I mean, is it possible that they just feel they have this one in the bag and they just want to give Campbell Caldwell some more action? Knowing that they are up 3 scores and they're going to run the ball like this. Foster off the edge. Nice job by the Jaguars rallying to the ball. Looked like he could have got more, but...
Yeah, that was good pursuit.
Good pursuit by the Jaguars defense. Arath Leva right there.
Yeah, I don't know. To each their own. This early in the season, I want my number one guy to be on point as much as possible.
Nice blocking out on the edge by the receivers as well. And that'll be the last play of the third quarter. Vikings will start the fourth quarter with the ball at their own 41. We'll stay here on the Cali Photo Sports Network. Thank you for watching. Coming to you from Devore Stadium. It's Southwestern taking on Long Beach. This is the second game for Southwestern. And it was kind of what we expected to start the game, right? Them having that, not a bye week, but not playing week 2 because of the fires out in the East County or, in the East.
Yeah,
a bit unfortuitous for the Jaguars this early in the season.
Yeah, especially playing a team that's used to playing tough opponents, and that's typical Long Beach City College team that's fast and physical. Yeah. And you can just tell it's like it's like two fighters and one of them's not ready at the beginning of the fight. They just dropped those first few rounds and they were ready to they made a long bus ride, but they were ready to play, and the Jaguars were at a different speed.
They're almost trying to throw haymakers to try to get back, right. And then
Yeah, and by the time the Jaguars got up to game speed, they were already in a big hole.
Yeah.
And now you have to play with almost perfection, and early in the season it's difficult to do that.
Campbell Caldwell onto the field. And, I mean, even though we're talking about Petty having a good game, Campbell Caldwell, more of a running quarterback, he's provided good juice on the offense as well for the Vikings.
Yeah. I'm not calling him a scrub by any stretch. It just surprised me when he came in the first time the way they had it going
because of the flow of the offense.
Because of the flow, yeah. They were establishing like when you have. Just my opinion in any sport.
It's like taking a hot shooter out of the game.
Yeah, when you have the momentum, keep it as long as possible. Yeah. Then if you need to change up, then change up. Because momentum's a weird thing, especially in football. Sometimes when you lose it, you might never give it back that night. So you want to hold on to that sucker as long as possible.
Start of the fourth quarter. Vikings up 3 scores. 2nd and 6. At the Vikings 41, 2 receivers to the left, 2 to the right for Campbell Caldwell. Campbell Caldwell.
Wide open.
Over the middle, and the ball's deflected, but the defense was there for Southwestern.
Yeah, I think he had a window to get the ball in. He was throwing to number 6, and he was throwing it on a line.
Great job by that front.
He was open, but knocked it down at the line of scrimmage.
That twist up front. I don't know if it was Symington or Stahl got the hands in the quarterback's face.
Got to get off the field here.
Big stop, big down for the Jaguars defense. Vikings looking to convert on a 3rd and 6. The out route near the first down marker. Did the receiver step out? Yes, he did. A yard short of the marker. That was running back Khalil Warren on the reception. What do you do right here? Do you punt it, make the Jaguars offense drive the distance of the field?
I think with Long Beach's mentality, they might just go for this.
Saying we're better than you up front?
Yeah, it's only a yard. If we can't get a yard, or they'll at least try to draw them off sides. If not, with him at a quarterback, they can run.
Yeah.
There's multiple things they could do to try to pick this up. So
Warren,
at the very least, they'll try to draw them off. Nope, they're going for it. And
Warren up the gut.
See, so
plows forward and gets the first down easily.
We're bigger than you. We're stronger than you. We're wearing you down. We don't respect you. We're going to run right at you.
Yeah, that's a gut check right there.
Yeah, they literally just said we're running right at you. We're not going to pull. We're just going to run right at you, blow you off the ball.
Vikings back in Southwestern territory. after the first down run.
Yeah, and the Vikings would like nothing more than to take 6-7 minutes off the clock and put the game out of reach with the touchdown.
Warren remains the single back. Campbell Caldwell checks at the line. The play fake, pressure up the middle, has his tight end in the flats.
That's
and
good.
Jaguars rally to the ball.
Good pursuit.
Kyle Brown, the tight end, on the reception after a short gain.
Yeah, and what I mean by that, ladies and gentlemen, any score here makes it a 4-score game.
Well, time is more of the essence than anything right now.
Yeah,
isn't
well,
it?
it'll make it a 20. If they get a field goal, it'll be a 25-point lead, and
Yeah.
there's not enough. I don't know if they have 4 possessions left in the game.
Campbell Caldwell checking out the line again. Warren remains in as a single back. Warren with the handoff, stretch to the left.
That's good defense.
Great job
there.
by the Jaguars. The tackle in the backfield.
See, that time they finally set the edge properly, and the pursuit. That was just good defense overall.
You can see right here.
So they just strung it out, and there's no cutback lanes. That's good defense there.
That's Nick Driscoll
Another third down.
on the TFL, bringing up a 3rd and 10 for the Vikings. 3 receivers to the far side of the field for Campbell Caldwell. Ball at the Jaguars 49. Campbell Caldwell
14's open
looks
again.
over the middle. Near the first down marker.
Late
Brought
flag.
down just short. Late flag after the pass.
He might get rough in the passer here.
Dylan Clark on the reception.
Yeah, that's disaster. The worst part is the running back missed a block, if I saw correctly. Yep.
Well, the pressure was up.
Yeah,
coming
yeah,
from the
because
middle.
with that protection, it looked like the line was stepping out. Running back's supposed to check inside out.
And that would have brought up a 4th and 1 also.
Yeah.
Which hurts a little bit more.
He missed a block, and then the guy he didn't block got the roughing the passer call, which is
Which is about how this second half has been going for the Jaguars.
And if anybody watching the telecast wants to disagree with me, I actually heard the coach from the other sideline go, running back, that's your guy.
Movement up front. Vikings
Oh.
are going to have a free play. Caldwell Campbell going to go to the end zone.
Oh. Way to try to high point the ball, though.
Intended receiver Tyson Bordeaux. Good coverage near side by Delias Garcia.
Yeah, he just kind of misjudged his jump. And oh, no good.
Another penalty by the Jaguars defense, and some would say their tank is running empty, partner.
Oh, yeah, they played a lot of snaps tonight.
Campbell Caldwell looks far
Good throw
side,
there.
has his receiver at the 15 near the first down marker.
That's another first.
And Samaj Dunn with his first reception on the night.
Yeah, he had
And
his
another
choice
first
of
down.
open receivers there.
We have a player down on the pitch. It looks like Arath Leva. Looks like Leva's cramping up. I mean, and that's another thing that happens when you're on the field. We don't have a tracker, but we were talking about those first 20 minutes of the game, and it was probably 15-5 easy in favor of the Vikings.
Especially once you get past high school, these games are long. That it just wears on you, and these are bigger human beings, and especially when you don't play the week prior, that's what happens if you play too many downs. I mean, that's why the higher levels you go, that's why there's different units that come in. Some of those tackles, it's passing down, they're out. Different fresh guys are running in. But the Jaguars are playing a bigger, more physical line, and they're just kind of getting worn down and handled in the trenches.
And that's one thing the Vikings have done well. Their coaching staff bringing in fresh bodies, keeping them fresh on the offensive side.
Yeah, they were rotating fresh skill position guys running behind a big old line.
11:32 remaining in the fourth quarter. Vikings driving.
Yeah, and this is what the doctor ordered for them. Long, methodical, time-consuming drive.
Looking back at it, it really was that 96-yard touchdown that was almost the – I mean, at this point, still some game left, but almost pretty much the backbreaker for the Jaguars.
Yeah, just at all levels of football, those plays that, like, go the length of the field, or when somebody's backed up, or you get a tip ball long, or a deflected pass for a long touchdown, or a 100-yard interception return, those just – sometimes you just can't recover for those, and you don't really factor those in until when you play a team, you'll think, what is our window of scoring? Like what do we have to hold them to? How many can we score against them? But you don't really factor in those what the kind of plays, like, oh, my God. And sometimes those happen.
Yeah. Arath Leva coming off the field. Just looked like a –
yeah, so flip that around. If that didn't happen for them, if the Jaguars got one of those, it's a totally different game.
Well, and they stop them right there, and Jaguars get good field position as well.
14-point turnaround.
Yeah, easily.
Those are huge in football.
11:20 and counting, 1st and 10 at the Jaguars' 13-yard line.
Yeah, and they're in no hurry here.
Foster, the fake,
RPO,
the pass outside. Nice play fake by Campbell Caldwell, the receiver, keeping his feet moving.
Yeah, most of the stadium thought the back had it. Then they thought the quarterback was going to run, and he decided to throw it.
One of the reasons why they have Campbell Caldwell in the game is dual threat ability.
Yeah, he might be a triple threat.
Yeah, no, that was a really good play fake. Yeah. That one had me. First down, brings up a 1st and goal at the 2. Jaguars with their backs against the wall.
Yeah, they're totally up against it, and it's 1st and goal.
Foster, the single back.
Yeah, they're selling out. If he keeps it,
play fake.
Good throw. Oh,
Campbell
he got thrown in
Caldwell.
front. He just missed the throw. He was wide open. So he didn't set his feet. He drifted to his right, and he was trying to throw. That's why he didn't throw in front of the receiver.
Almost sold the play fake a little too much.
But see how he's falling away? And that's why the ball he's trying to throw across his body when he does that.
Well, that's when you get to see what quarterbacks are made of, right? 2 guys coming in your face. Can you step and throw?
Set your feet and
just
you're going to get hit, man, to make a better throw. Touchdown.
Lives another day. Foster on the handoff. Gets brought down at the 1.
Good stop. Now, that's how you meet a back in a hole and keep him out the end zone. I actually thought he was going to score initially, and he got stood up in the hole and made not another inch. It's a great defensive play there.
Back up on the ball quickly. Foster.
Nope.
Gets stuffed at the goal line.
On the second effort, he got in.
And he got in on the second effort. The offensive line kept pushing forward. Jaguars got that initial stop, but Foster kept his feet moving for his 2nd rushing touchdown on the night.
Yeah, got to have a nose for the end zone, and he obviously did.
Foster was the only running back heading into tonight's contest with a rushing touchdown. And you see right here the goal line back gets in.
Yeah, he was definitely stopped, and then he just kept pushing.
Eric Zavala back on for the extra point. Checked one off the crossbar on his last attempt.
Yeah, this has been the only poor spot in the Vikings game has been their kicking game. Right on cue. Yeah, he's missed.
2 extra points and
a
field goal.
chip shot.
Yeah.
So, it would be, 40-7.
10:03 remaining in the 4th quarter. Jaguars going to get the ball back.
Yeah, and I'm hoping that they show some fight here. And, I get that sometimes teams, when they get down, they give up.
Yeah.
But me personally, I don't understand that because
especially at this level.
I'm gonna play hard no matter what. But especially in junior college, it's a team sport, but you're playing to try to get college paid for and to keep playing. So what are you putting on film? Like, people are going to see what happens when your team gets down. Do you keep playing hard? Are you still that guy? And if you're a guy, when your team is not playing well, if you're still playing hard, you actually stand out more.
The Vikings is going to kick this one through the end zone. Do you bring in Will Hunter right here? The backup quarterback. We saw him at the end of week 1 action. Looked pretty good.
Well, I actually thought Will Hunter should have started, my personal opinion. However, if they've decided that this is their guy,
you got to keep him in.
I think you got to try to establish and figure out. You got to confirm that he's your guy, and you have 10 minutes to start getting ready for next week.
Yeah, because they missed action in week 2.
Because they didn't play. So this is why, again, not having a game week 2, that's huge.
Jaguars offense after the touchback start with the ball at the 25.
Oh my goodness!
Pump fake, pressure in the backfield.
Yeah, that was terrible.
Some extracurricular activity. No flags thrown. Jamari Stevens first one to the ball.
Yeah, I'm actually wondering if the O-line thought the play was different than what they were actually calling there. Because look, they just kind of.
Yeah, no, I mean they're moving like it's a run.
Yeah,
that's a run block more than it is a pass block.
They're sliding protection to the right, and the quarterback's moving so there was total miscommunication there.
Second and 12 for Underhill. Throw far side at the 30.
So Long Beach has changed up a little. They backed off some. They're not being as aggressive on defense. They're just trying to keep everything in front of them, which is smart. Got a big lead with 9 minutes to go.
Reception by Tyler Becker, the receiver out of Del Norte. Brings up a 3rd and 5 after the gain of 7. Empty backfield for Underhill.
They're coming this time, though.
Looks like 5 on the line. No, they drop back. Vikings bring 4.
That's what we talked about earlier about how the Jaguars were showing what they were doing. So Long Beach on that play, they showed that they were coming and then to bait them into the deep throw, and then they all bailed out.
Yeah, on a 3rd and 5, you hate to see them go over the top in bracket coverage.
Yeah. So they kind of the DC kind of got the best of them on that one.
Well, and that's what the Vikings were doing well in that first half, especially. They were checking at the line.
Yep.
And in that situation, I don't think the play clock was winding down. It almost seemed like Underhill could have taken an extra few seconds to read the defense.
They line up and they get their first initial look quickly and then they run the actual play. So they're never against the play clock.
That's a beautiful punt.
Yeah.
Brought in at the 35. Hunter to the edge, gives a stiff arm. And runs out of bounds at the Vikings 47.
Good punt, good return.
I almost outkicked the coverage right there.
Yeah, and that happens. Yeah, when you're back there, when the punter, the high punts are the ones we hate. The ones that drop straight down. But when you get one of those boomy ones, you have a little extra time to catch the ball. And
you're saying as a returner, those are the ones you hate, right? The ones that are coming straight down.
Yeah, the ones that go up high and come straight down.
They almost knuckle.
Yeah, but the ones that are booming, the ones where everybody goes, woo, is like, not for us. We want that.
As
that
a kick
time,
returner.
Yeah, to catch the ball and feel where everybody's coming because we're already in the open field in that.
Yeah. Petty back onto the field. Hands it off to Warren.
Yeah, so, again, my personal opinion, why is Petty back in now if you're trying to –
with the game out of hand.
Yeah, I'm just confused as to how they do their quarterback rotation. I'm not knocking it, people. I don't get it. If you're trying to develop the other guy, then
this would be the time
let him
to
finish
get
the
him
game,
in.
and now you can try some different things when it's comfortable and safe so you can see what else he can do.
Well, I would think they just want to end Petty on a high note.
Yeah,
that
but
ball is intercepted over the middle. First turnover by the Jaguar
He's gonna
defense.
score. He's gonna score.
He has a lane
Oh, he got it.
inside the 30.
He's gonna-
Has one defender to beat.
Oh.
Safety Will Hollub, his second interception on the season, almost took it for a pick six.
Yeah. Okay, I don't want to sound prophetic here, but
You kind of called that.
if he was done, he was done. Then you bring him back in, and this is his first throw. You know, so I don't know. I just
Worked in
I
the
don't
favor
get
of the
it.
Jaguars defense.
the
Will Hollub on the
Jaguars are
interception.
saying thank you. You know, so okay.
Will Hollub, the safety out of Thousand Oaks High School. Coach is saying he's the leader on defense. Had an interception in week 1. Leads the team with 2 interceptions now on the season. Returned it to the 6.
Good. Oh, good penetration.
Not a lot of running room right there off the right side.
Yeah, 18 didn't make the tackle, but he totally destroyed the play.
It's like David McGowan. Is that who we have in the backfield right now?
Yeah, it looks like it. Yeah,
David McGowan, running back out of Mount Miguel.
those black uniforms are nice, but it's hard to read those jersey numbers.
Don't make it easy on us, that's for sure.
Yeah, the dark, the burgundy, the cardinal on the black is not easy to see.
Second and goal now from the 7 after the loss of 1.
Roll out. Keep it.
Underhill.
Keep it. Keep
He's
it.
going to tuck and run.
And he's.
Flips over defender and gets to the 1.
How did he not score if he flipped over? I'm just. Interesting.
Oh, let's see an instant replay on that.
Yeah.
Cue it up.
If he flipped over him, is it not a touchdown? Did something touch? Yeah, I don't get it. Okay. All right.
And he kept his offhand.
On the ground, yeah, and the ball's in the other hand, so interesting.
Yeah, that was an interesting call. Third and 1. Third and goal from the 1.
Touchdown. Oh, no.
Handoff up the middle.
Oh,
Josiah Jefferson didn't get in front of the ball carrier. He was the lead blocker.
Yeah.
Tried to push him in from behind. This is a situation where I want to see a bigger back end. I've said it before.
Yeah, why is Jaheim not in the game?
Yeah, after that really nice offensive possession from number 28 in the backfield, we haven't seen him back in the game since.
Interesting. Yeah, just makes you wonder why not? Why not? Especially down here.
Fourth and goal.
A little
Jefferson.
confused on what they're going to do. He's going to sneak it.
Underhill
And he
from under
scores.
snap.
Yeah, he scored.
Walks it in for a Jaguar touchdown. His second rushing touchdown on the season.
Got extracurriculars after the play. Yeah, and full disclosure, I coached Davion last year. He was at the high school.
Love the kid. There's nothing wrong with him.
But Davion's he's a scat back. He's not a power back. So he's the guy you need to get on the perimeter, run some bubbles for him. You can run some zone, but I don't understand why he's in on the short yardage situation. That's not his strength.
Unsportsmanlike conduct after the touchdown.
Yeah, that's a good play call. He actually
I
could
like
have.
that.
He actually could have just went forward because they
Good
weren't
push up front.
Yeah.
Jaguars scored 10 in week 1 and now have 13. They lost 29-10. But this is against a team, and I know you mentioned them playing against good opponents.
Yeah.
They're averaging through 2 games, 15 points, and allowed 36.
Yeah, well, but they started with RCC, and then they played Bakersfield, so, it matters who you play in junior college, especially early in the season.
5:17 remaining in regulation. Nice to see the Jaguars get on the board late, though.
Yeah, it's early in the season. It's only game 2 for them, so they're still building. They don't really have an identity yet, and I don't think they've established who they are even in this game. So they're still trying to find their groove, so to speak. Like Long Beach, the Vikings clearly know what their identity is, and you can see that.
Yeah.
The Jaguars are still like, well, I don't know. Maybe let's try this. Maybe this is us. What style of offense are we? How are we defensively? What's our mentality? They're still searching. So in a 35-14 game with 5 minutes left, why not kicking from midfield, try to go get that ball.
Yeah, onside kick. I was thinking the exact same thing.
I don't know. No, see, so if you're going to do that, you might as well just kick it on the ground.
I mean, great coverage by the secondary, but the Vikings have the ball with 5:13
I think they're going to be offsides. But to me, that's the time how about you kick it hard on the ground so you have a chance to recover it, and if they move out of the way, they're going to be pinned back anyways. I don't know. Just my thoughts as a coach and as former special teams player.
And then to add on to it, offsides by the kicking team. So
I mean, you're down 3 scores with 5 minutes left. What's the harm? Because
especially because they gave you 15 after the.
You're kicking from midfield, so if you're onside, it's at least going to be pinned at very least inside the 40. So I don't know. Just an observation, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm with you, partner. Campbell Caldwell. Single back after the interception from Petty.
And that's why he's in.
Makes the first defender miss. Great blocking from the receiver and a heads-up play by Campbell Caldwell sliding to stay in bounds and keep the clock rolling with 5 minutes.
Yeah, you love to see your receivers doing that downfield blocking like that.
Yeah, he was engaged and corner had no chance.
And head up play by the quarterback to keep the clock moving.
Campbell Caldwell led the offense to their last score. Hands off up the middle. Nice push from that offensive line. Getting to that second level.
Yeah, they're still just blowing them off the ball.
And Vikings just looking to kill this clock. 4:15 and counting, 2nd and 4.
Yeah, a couple more first downs, and that's going to be a wrap.
Hand off up
nice
the middle.
cut.
Makes the first 2 defenders miss.
Nice
hits
cut.
the
Another
burst.
one.
Gets inside the 40. Now the 30. That's a beautiful run by number 24, Khalil Warren.
Got holding. Going to come back, but
nice burst.
But again, as junior college, it still happened. that is on tape. That vision, acceleration, and cutting, and then hitting the turbocharger again is on film.
A hold on the edge.
Yeah,
but
must have been on the edge right there.
Making those defenders miss in the hole, though. I mean, both Foster and Warren are solid running backs. Foster the sophomore, Warren the freshman, but both with rushing touchdowns on the night. Foster with 2 and Warren with 1.
Well, you can see they both have good vision, and once they make a decision, they plant their foot and they go.
Yeah, they are decisive. And we've seen them bounce as well when the holes weren't there.
Yeah, and they also have the speed to get to the outside and run away from people.
Warren's going to get it in the flats, has some blocking downfield.
Right. So that right there is what I would like to see the Jaguars do more often with all of their backs.
Just get the ball out of your hands quickly.
Yeah, if your O-line is, your O-line is not the strength of your team, don't try to make them be the strength of your team. Like, you have to work with what you have. It's like, with cards. What cards are dealt to you? That's your hand you have to deal with.
3rd and 7.
Same thing the other way.
Warren to the far side of the field this time. The ball hits the deck for the incomplete pass.
Yeah, that's the only thing that helps stops the clock.
Yep. Vikings offense were able to burn a few minutes, bring it down to 2:55, but the Jaguars are going to get the ball back. Jaguars with all 3 timeouts remaining, which in essence kind of gives them an extra possession if they can have a 3-and-out. I don't think they've had a 3-and-out all night, though, up until this point.
Watch out. They're supposed to be pointing. That's on a return man, supposed to run up and point to where the ball is at.
Yeah, he was almost taking himself out of the play, too, playing so far back. That ball checked 15,
Yeah,
20 yards
you're
up front.
always supposed to, as soon as the ball's kicked, you're supposed to try to run the square up on it, but you also do that to alert your teammates that sometimes the ball gets shanked and they're trying to block. They don't see it.
Right.
You know,
Ball does not make noise, and when you're looking downfield and picking up a helmet.
Yeah, and if it's getting close to one of them, you're supposed to let them know where it's at so they can get away.
Pass near side.
Vikings still flying around on defense.
Nicholas Klein, his first reception on the night. Gain of 6. Bring up a 2nd and 4 with 2:24 and counting. Underhill. Shotgun. Play fake. Pass near side.
Okay, another completion.
Nice pitch and catch. That ball brought in by number 11, Tyler Becker, his 2nd reception on the night for a first down. Needed 4, picked up 5. Jaguars back up to the line quickly.
Yeah, try to get something positive to end the game.
And Vikings defense a little complacent right there.
It's a good timeout for them. You want to both teams want to end the game on a high note.
I think it was the 2-minute warning.
Yeah, just in general. So next week the Jaguars are on the road, Saddleback, correct?
That sounds about right. Let's check this out. At Saddleback, back-to-back, or actually, and they're going to reschedule that San Bernardino Valley game. So they're going to have 3 road games.
Yeah, that's nice.
At Saddleback, at Fullerton, and at San Bernardino Valley.
And Long Beach is getting San Bernardino Valley next week. So after 2 real physical games, you got to throw that, son.
Underhill loses the ball.
The back is open on the snap.
To the wide side of the field.
Yeah, he's the wide side of the field. Nobody covers him. Just flick the ball out there. You got to complete that.
There is no doubt that Underhill has had progress in this second game compared to his first game.
Yeah, it's just hard to judge. Like, again, we're not at practice. We don't know what level competition there is among the quarterbacks. He's done some good things, but go see who's that?
Jaheim Williams, of course it is.
So
when he touches the ball, it's just different.
So I said that facetiously, knowing who was running the ball. So again, I've been calling for. I was like, I don't understand why that young man is not in the game getting more carries. It's perplexing to me.
Yeah, Yoakley not getting more looks and Williams not getting more plays. One-on-one coverage
Back
near
shoulder.
side, back shoulder.
Receiver wasn't thinking the same thing, though. But DB was in good position. Only place
he
to throw
was.
that ball was back shoulder.
Intended receiver was Joey Merritt. He was the captain this week. Williams remains in the game, 107. 2 receivers to the left, 2 to the right for the Jags. Williams
There he
off the
goes.
left side.
That's good defense there.
Surprised they're running it with a minute remaining.
I think they're just trying to
Kind of checked out,
Yeah, trying to just get out of here and
remain healthy.
and stay healthy. But I'm glad that this stadium is big, ladies and gentlemen. But you can hear sounds carries. I'm glad to hear the Vikings head coaching staff still being engaged. They're in every play.
Underhill, clean pocket. Throw near
good.
side
There
to
you
Merritt. Nice back shoulder pass.
So that's what they were trying to do a couple plays prior. This time they were on the same page. It's actually a longer throw.
One of Underhill's better throws of the night.
Yeah, so DB was actually in pretty good position.
Well, that was one of the better protected passes.
Yeah, it all starts with the protection.
Underhill.
Step up.
Pressure off the edge.
throw,
Has a
touchdown.
receiver in the end zone. Hung just a little too much.
Yeah, you got to put that. So always
gotta
tell
drive.
quarterback, throw it in front of the lead hand up the field, because if the receivers cross face, the cornerback can't get back in the play. And the ball hung just a little bit, and the corner had good closing speed and
Yeah, I
knocked
was
it
just
away.
going to say the closing speed by Rice
Yeah.
did a great job.
So if he throws it out in front,
Well, once again, that pressure.
it's a touchdown. So see how the receiver had to slow up.
There's that pressure off the edge, though.
Yeah.
Didn't allow Underhill to step up cleanly.
Throw it too late.
Man-on-man coverage. Underhill steps up in the pocket, has a receiver at the 20.
Yeah, way to move in the pocket.
See, I'm almost calling a time. I mean, I guess. I don't know.
Well, if you want to try to score here, you want to end on a good note. So why not call a timeout and get your best play?
I thought they should have called a timeout on that back shoulder pass also.
Yeah, like they should have. I'm surprised they didn't play this like they're going in for the go-ahead
For the
touchdown.
win, yeah.
But
Yeah, because you're not going to get any better practice than live game action.
Yeah, and they have to pick up the pace, and it's live game action against a quality opponent. Again, I'm not criticizing. I'm just observation on my part.
So
there's I acknowledge that there's more than one right way to do things.
No doubt.
But there's a few things in this game and watching this particular team that I definitely would do differently. Actually, both teams, but.
So these next 3 road games, I mean, that's make or break for the Jaguars this season, right?
Yeah, but just from a mentality, and you're trying to establish a new culture, this is a crucial part of the season. When you get to week 5, you know who you are.
8 seconds remaining.
Got 2 plays.
Underhill looks left, looks right, throws it to the end zone.
See, threw behind the receiver again. This is going to be the last play, probably.
Mean, this is a situation where Yoakley, red zone threat.
Yeah, if I recall correctly, he's only had 1 target tonight.
Yeah.
Which is, again, that's perplexing to me.
Yeah, we haven't seen a lot of Yoakley here today.
Yeah, for all we know, maybe he's nursing an
Yeah.
injury or something.
Very well could be.
But otherwise, it's doesn't make sense that your number 1 is not getting targets.
Last play of the game. Underhill, pump fakes to the end zone, has a receiver in the corner. Touchdown, Jaguars.
Yeah.
Underhill's first passing touchdown of the night. Give him 3, 2 rushing, 1 passing. Beautiful ball by Underhill.
Yeah, and the Vikings coaching staff is not going to be happy about that when the guy knows you have to score and you go for the double move and somebody gets behind you.
And pressure in his face as well. That was an impressive ball.
So good job of the quarterback standing in there, making a good throw. But as you can see on screen, the Vikings coaching staff is meeting the defense on the field, not because they're celebrating the win, but they're getting lectured about, come on, fellas, it's the last play of the game. They have to go to the end zone. How do we get people behind us?
Well, Jaguars don't end with a win, but they end on a high note, scoring on their last 2 offensive possessions. That's got to give them a lot of juice going into next week's game.
And to give them some good things to talk about. Say, hey, when we execute, we can score. I'm going to be very curious to see how that first quarter of their next game, how that goes, because that's going to go a long way in telling us probably how their season is going to go, at least what their identity is.
Underhill looked a lot better as the game progressed. Just looked sharper, and even that last pass, pressure in his face, threw a dime in the corner.
Yeah, well, at this level, that's what's going to make or break.
Yeah.
The quarterbacks is 2 things, decision-making, and can you stand, how do you hold up against the pressure? And 3 things, I should say, and your accuracy. You gotta have good decision making. You gotta kind of be mentally tough, and you gotta be accurate at this level.
And Underhill looked more decisive. And you talk about good game management and better decision making. Underhill had 3 interceptions in that first game. No turnovers tonight. And had 3 touchdowns, 2 rushing, 1 passing.
Yeah, and maybe that's why he's the starter. Maybe that's why he played the entire game. Is that we're not at practice, so maybe they see something, and they know that this guy has the biggest upside, and they want to work with him and get him going. So we'll see. I'm curious to see what his numbers are next week.
Well, the Jaguars offensively doubled their points from week 1 from 10 to 20. The defense still gave up 35, but they had a couple opportunities that they really could have taken advantage of.
Yeah, well, this college football, if you're scoring 14 points a game, you're probably not going to win a lot of games unless you have a dominating defense, which at this point they do not. So they're going to have to score 3 touchdowns a game, whether it's 2 on offense, 1 on defense, 1 on special teams. Somehow they're going to have to manufacture points and create some opportunities within the game.
Long Beach, with their first win of the season, improved to 1-2. Jaguars dropped to 0-2. The Long Beach Vikings will head to San Bernardino Valley next week, then on the road at Cerritos. And the Jaguars, 3 road games after that bye week last week due to the fires. They will head to Fullerton next week, then San Bernardino, or actually they'll head to Saddleback next week, then the Fullerton, then San Bernardino Valley.
Yeah, those are I'm not sure how Saddleback this year. Fullerton's always tough. So it's an interesting stretch for the Jaguars to see how they improve week by week.
Jaguars don't pull out the win, but they score on their last 2 offensive possessions as they lose 35-20. Thank you to our broadcast crew, our cameraman Matt Chapman, Tom Borgeson, and our producer Pablo Espinal, and my partner Scott Catlin. I'm Bo Furtick. Signing off. We are going to see you in about a month when the Jaguars take on Mount San Jacinto.
Oh, okay. That I don't think that matchup has happened in a while.
That will take place October 19th. 4 games out. Thank you for watching us here on the Cali Photo Sports Network. Southwestern loses 35-20. Good night, everyone.
Have a good night.